Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sister.
Om Shanti. The original date of the Murli is 9th April 1971. Title of this Murli is The Experience of All Virtues When in the Avyakt Stage. Do you like the stage of being beyond sound or the stage of staying in sound? Which stage do you love more? Can you have both these stages at the same time? Do you have the experience of that? What virtue can be seen practically when you have this experience? Someone answered, being loving and detached. This stage is like the stage of the seed in which the whole tree is merged. In the same way, in this Avyakt stage, you experience at that time all those special virtues which you speak about in the conference age, because you are then a master seed and also knowledgeful. So you do not just experience peace, but as well as peace, you also experience the main virtues of the knowledge, supersensuous joy, love, bliss, power, etc. So at this stage, one experiences all the qualities of the soul. Not only do you experience those, but only other souls also experience all those virtues from the face of a soul who is stable in this stage. So the soul who is stable in the stage of being avyakt in the seed form, even others experience the stability through the presence of the soul. What did you experience through the corporal form? You used to experience all the main virtues in the one moment, because all the virtues are merged in one main virtue. Just as in ignorance, all vices are deeply connected with one vice, in the same way, all the main virtues have a deep connection with one main virtue. If someone says that he is stable in the stage of an embodiment of knowledge, then, as well as being an embodiment of knowledge, many other virtues are also definitely merged in that stage. What would you call the stage in one expression? That of a master almighty authority. All powers are imbibed through such a stage. Which stage? Being a master almighty authority. So, the creation of such a stage is the stage of being equal and complete. Do you serve while stable in that stage? When you come onto the stage to do service, first of all, stabilize yourself in this stage. Then come on to the physical stage. What will you experience through this? Even whilst being in a gathering, you will be seen in an alokik, unique soul. Yesterday we were reading the Murli, we spoke about being nyare and pyare. Just reflect on that point where Baba's mentioned that the more nyare you are, the more alokik you are, you become a unique soul. Even whilst being in a gathering, you will be seen as an alokik, unique soul. At present, together with having an ordinary form, your stage is also seen as ordinary. However, by having a unique, extraordinary stage, whilst in the ordinary form, you will be seen as the people who belong to Allah whilst being part of a gathering. In the beginning, you had the intoxication of such a stage. Just as in a gathering of stars, the sparkle of special stars is lovely and unique when seen even from a distance. So, all of you stars should also be seen as special souls amidst ordinary souls. When something extraordinary comes in front of people, then, even against their conscious wish, the attention of all of them is drawn to that. So, come onto the stage having stabilized yourself in such a stage that people's vision is automatically drawn to you. The stage secretary should not have to give everyone your introduction, but your stage itself should give your own introduction. Can a diamond not give its own introduction whilst being hidden in the mud? So, at the confluence age, a life as valuable as a diamond can automatically give its own introduction. What has been the result up to now? Do you know? What value have you reached now? What is the result of the lectures you give? At the present time, very few number one subjects emerge. There are more ordinary subjects that emerge because, together with having an ordinary form, your stage over a long period of time also becomes ordinary. Now, you yourself must experience the the extraordinary stage whilst in the ordinary form, and also give this experience to others. Let's read this line. Now, you yourself must experience the extraordinary stage whilst in the ordinary form, and also give this experience to others. What you have will you give to others. Just remember that. At the time of becoming extroverted, you must also keep the stage of being introverted. This does not happen. Either you become introverted or you become extroverted. However, first of all, become introverted and then become extroverted. Underline this. First of all, become introverted and then become extroverted. You need to pay individual attention to yourself in order to practice this. There is greater attraction to being extroverted than to the stage of being introverted. The reason for this is that you do not always remain stable in your elevated form or elevated intoxication. Therefore, your stage does not become powerful. Together with being knowledgeful, become powerful and then give knowledge, and you will be able to make many souls experienced. At present, there are many who relate knowledge, but very few who give an experience. There are many who relate knowledge outside knowledge, but you are the only ones who can give an experience. At the time of doing service, having the aim that whilst giving a donation of knowledge, you also have to donate the virtues of the Father and the Self. No one except you can give a donation of virtues. Therefore, if you are an embodiment of the experience of all virtues, you will be able to make many others experienced too. Have you become like a lotus flower? Take a few moments and see for yourself. Ask this question. Have you become like a lotus flower? It is the image of your life that has been portrayed, is it not? Or is it the image of the life of some other Maharathis? You say that it is your image, do you not? Why are your images created? An image is created of the lifestyle and activity. So you have such activity and character, and this is why your image has been created. Keep this one image in your consciousness whenever you perform any action, and you will be able to remain detached from everything else. At present, you only remain in this stage temporarily. No matter what the atmosphere is like, simply remember this image. Which image? The lotus flower image, which stands untouched from the marshy land on which it grows. No matter what the atmosphere is like, simply remember this image and you will be able to remain detached from that atmosphere. At present, you become influenced by the atmosphere. You have the very elevated aim of being the ones who will even purify the five elements, that you will transform them. So, can you come under the influence of that atmosphere? You are those who bring about transformation and not ones who are transformed due to the attraction of matter. Only then would you be able to remain like a lotus flower all the time. What day is it for this group today? Today, the theoretical paper has been completed and you are now going to take the practical paper. So the bhatti must have got over, and now Baba is talking about today the theoretical paper for yours is over. Now the time has come for practical paper. Now, what special task will this group perform compared to the other groups? How many hairs will you create and in how much time, and bring them here? You will make many souls hairs in a short time, will you not? you have made many promises. You hold a function for making promises. In order to fulfill all the promises you make, simply remember one principle. What is that? To die alive. GTG Marna. Do you have to die alive again and again? Babdada constantly has every hope in every soul. However, those who fulfill these hopes reveal themselves number-wise. This is why this group has to remember one main promise. What is the essence of the entire course? Out of all the pictures, which picture would you show everyone in a practical way? And through which you can reveal Babdada? What is the essence of all the teachings? That you are seen to be angels whilst performing any action, while sitting, walking, waking up, and sleeping, etc. There should be this uniqueness, spirituality in every action. There should not be anything worldly in any of your actions or sanskars. Have you brought about such transformation? The aim of elevated effort makers is special. Their thinking, doing, and speaking are all equal. They would not say, I was thinking that I should not do this, but I did it. No, their thinking, doing, and speaking would be equal and similar to that of the Father. Have you become such elevated effort makers? Acha. If this group becomes as powerful and spreads as much in all directions to the same extent as it is large, the Shaktis can spread the sound of the cries of victory. Do not be subservient to your sanskars. Do not be subservient to anyone's love or subservient to the atmosphere either. Do you understand? Do not let such words as, what can I do? I am compelled, emerge from your lips. Let alone letting them emerge in your thoughts. Even if any individual or the atmosphere compels you, you must not be compelled, but instead become strong. Do you understand? There should not be this complaint again. Did you complain about your effort before you begin the bhaktis? Did you complain about your effort before you begin the bhakti? What was that? It was that you became influenced by bad company because you were weak. Are you going from here having finished this complaint? None of you will be able to go into such bad company, will you? What if Maya tries to make you her companion in a godly way? Just be careful and remember the promises you have made. Remember the slogans you speak of. We are one. We will belong to one. And we will follow the direction of one. Always keep this firm all the time. Maya will come in front of you in such a godly way that you will need to recognize her very carefully. Are you going from here having imbibed the power to discern? Always keep this with you eternally. Now we shall see the result. Do not show a temporary result, but show the perfect result of all time. This group has made promises and maintained courage. But what would happen if Maya compels you to break those promises? You have made many good promises, but what will you do if someone compels you otherwise? If you yourself are compelled by that, how will you be able to battle? Do you know what truth is? No matter what emerges in your thoughts, not to hide that even in your thoughts is called the truth. Let's underline this. No matter what emerges in your thoughts, not to hide that even in your thoughts is called the truth. If you make efforts and experience success, then even if you are defeated, telling Baba clearly the news of both situations is the truth. Only those who speak the truth will be able to fulfill their promises. Acha, Om Shanti. Let's take a few moments of pause and reflect on the points of the Murli. You can unmute and share the reflections of today's Murli.
Om Shanti.
Om
Uh,
Shanti.
Thank you, sister, and thank you, Divine Family. And today's Baba's message I got that we are the stars, and as like stars, we gather together, and like stars, sparkles, and all attentions attracted, all of others attention attracted. Oh, that's I got message. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family.
Yeah. So Baba says that a special star cannot be hidden anywhere. And then he gives the example of diamond, even if it's been hidden in mud, its qualities remains the same and it's been seen. So while I was reading this Murli, what I was getting was it's the pole star which guides that is the northern part of the world. So can each of us be that alokik star that reflects Baba's qualities to the world and gives that kind of vibrations when people come in our connect.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
We can have bondages for the sake of services, but not our own bondages, says Baba says. Thank you, sister.
What I was getting while Baba was talking about this is, having an connection in while we're coming in service. So having that bond beyond the body consciousness, but coming together to serve is what Baba means here, instead of getting into any kind of uh, attachment even to the service. Anybody else want to share?
Om Shanti. In today's Murli, Baba spoke about Maya. Baba said, be aware of Maya. He can take any godly form. So this awareness, we have to keep it every second. Om Shanti.
Would anybody like to reflect on what kind of Maya shows up even while we are in our Alokik service?
Om Shanti, sister, can I speak? Uh, uh, that the theoretical paper is
Sure.
over and the practical paper is start. So that's a way. That's way is Baba is reminding us. The theoretical paper is over. They are now practical paper. Just start is being with as a like a lotus flower, and the image is to be created. Okay. And
Yeah.
we are alive and being in a seed form, like an angel in every action, in thinking, doing, and speaking. So in that actions, we can be will see the as like an angel. So Maya will go away. Om Shanti. Thank you, sister.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti Girijaben.
Yeah, you were asking the question, but before that, I was just thinking, what is Baba really making me in this Murli? He started with the Avyakt stage. I will, as and when you were reading, of course, in one paragraph itself, there were 2 or 3 titles. I just got these kind of churning. First, I am Avyakt. I am Avyakt. That means I can go beyond sound, I can stay in sound. I am master seed. The whole tree is within me. What do you mean by the whole tree? The root, the branches, the twigs, everything I know. If my father knows it, I am the master. So I'm unique. I'm not ordinary, but I'm extraordinary. Just see how Baba is really on my, he's putting 1111 titles and he's like, as if, we have these Lilliputians and Gulliver. So he's making me slowly from a Lilliput to a Gulliver by putting title upon title. Then I have knowledge, power, experience, everything I have within me. Then I like this die alive because that's what Baba told even in yesterday's slogan. The world doesn't exist. I die to the old samskar, I die alive. I'm Shakti. Nothing, no one, I'm not subservient to anyone because I am one. I belong to one and I follow one. I am Satya. So if you're asking, what is that Maya? Opposite of all this. When I don't keep the seed in my mind, when I think I'm ordinary, when I sometimes use knowledge or no power, or knowledge and power, but no experience, when I still am attached to the old world, when I think I'm weak. So all these are lovely recipes for Maya to get in.
Very well explained, Girijaben. As per the Murli today, that has very clearly, objectively mentioned how to check on getting in Maya and using the power of discernment to catch oneself. I think it answered that question. Thank you. Sandhya Ben, Rachna Ben, Radhamani Ben, anything for you? Balvinder sister?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Today, I like the point where Baba has mentioned about being an introvert and then and also being an extrovert at the same time. Now, this is a point that can be taken for practice, and I was wondering how to do this. And Baba has asked us to pay attention in every aspect. So I was thinking that being an introvert and an extrovert probably means that I have to pay attention in my thoughts, words, and action all the time and stay connected to my core. Om Shanti.
Yeah, and no, regards to this, Baba mentions that you are Master Almighty Authority. So you are the creator of the atmosphere, not that the atmosphere creates you. That was one takeaway while you were sharing this with me. How do I manage this to check on the stage? So my thought, my words, my actions, whatever I speak, is to be exactly the same line. It should be aligned.
Yes, so that brings another title that I am the master creator.
Yes.
Om Shanti.
Rakhi-ben, I just had one doubt. In your second paragraph, it's not that English sentence, but I just checked even in the Baba is given, there is greater attraction to being extroverted than to the stage of being introverted. When I just read for the first time, that sentence just hit me. So what I did, I thought, okay, maybe there is something wrong. Let me check the Hindi. But Hindi also it's saying bahar mukta ki akarshan, antar mukta ki sthiti se zyada hota hai. I was just asking Baba, you want us to be introverted and now you're saying bahar mukta is attractive. I was just thinking, I thought I could ask you.
What I was getting here is what I will share. Of course, everybody can reflect. And would anybody like to share on this first before I share my thoughts?
Om Shanti, sister. I think like I got like it's easy to become an extrovert. The things attract us, and those things attract. Like we become extrovert easily, then we become introvert because it takes an effort to become introvert. But we can easily become an extrovert easily. That's what Baba is saying, I think. Om Shanti.
I think it's Baba is trying to say that we become extrovert very easily because of the attractions of Maya, and also because we are living in the talky world. And being an introvert is like going in the silence world. So since we are in the talky world, we have to make an effort to become introvert.
Om Shanti. And in addition, because of 63 birth sanskars of body consciousness, the tendency of the soul to go outwards is more than the tendency to go focus inwards, inner journey, and focus on the eternal form. So that is another reason. So that's why Baba plays a role here. When the soul gets connected to Baba in remembrance, then it becomes very easy, and then the introvertness is more powerful than the extrovertness. I mean, then it is easy focusing on the real form. Om Shanti.
A very powerful points that you all have shared, especially the point when we speak about 63 births and the sanskars of the 63 births of being body conscious. It's very easy for us to get attracted because the practice is the continuous practice in the 63 tendency of getting attracted towards the external world is so evident and so attractive for us. It becomes easy to get extroverted. But to be with my own self, to get within my own self is an effort, as Rashnaben just pointed out. And to stay with my own self, can I make my own self my best friend? How comfortable I am with my own self is an effort that each one of us go through because of that sanskar which we are living in. So can I shift my magnet of extrovertness to introvertness and then come out in the extrovert world? And that will make a different impact. And I'm not very sure about all the stories in Yagya, but many of the stories where dadis have mentioned that before going to the place of service, uh, a group of people to sit and meditate. Dadis themselves used to be with their own self, meditate before getting on the stage. And my own experience had been before I got into Gyan, what attracted me more was the talks of Sister Shivani and most of the TV shows that I used to see. And the experience I used to get is so many talks that I have heard. But while Sister Shivani used to conduct those sessions at Awakening of Brahma Kumaris, these were the sessions that attracted me the most. Now, the only answer which I got for myself is the stage with which she must have come and conducted the programs. So that's what Baba is mentioning in today's Murli as well. Get connected to yourself, stabilize yourself before you come out in the extrovert service. Om Shanti.
Okay, I agree with you, Raki Bhan. Then in one other Murli Bite, he says, going within and going out. You know, that is why I asked Baba, you're telling us to go first within and without. That's why I had this, and suddenly when this sentence was read, it sounded for me a little paradoxical. So I was just thinking, Baba, you're telling us to go within and then go out. So now I understood what you say. Baba is saying, because you're not in your elevated form, your greater attraction is extrovert. Okay. And I like the state secretary which you learned. You know why I like that? If you remember, I gave a list of titles from the Murli. You know how I felt? Take the example, you visualize me. I am a soul, I am Alokik, I am Master C, blah, and everything, what all the titles I read. What would happen if suppose I just come on the stage? Immediately I visualized, you know, I used to see some of these TV shows. Whenever the celebrity just used to come from the curtain, nobody need to introduce him, his walk, his style, and immediately there used to be an encore, oh, so-and-so has come. So even I felt like that when you read that. If all these titles which Baba has given me today, I also become, then what diamond, how I would shine on the stage, and then everyone would see Baba. I just liked this visualization which Baba said of stage secretary.
Yes. Just imagine on a stage, an actor is coming without prepared for his role. How will that show go? While you were sharing this is what I was getting. What Baba is talking about is get yourself prepared well within your own self, stabilize yourself in that role, and then come out to perform.
I think the preparation is the long practice of being in soul consciousness stage. When we are beyond the body and the sound, uh, then it is very easy to connect with the unlimited. And then the dimensions itself is so beyond the this body and this world that everyone who hears from you or who even looks at you, the eyes become the projector, the head becomes the projector, and that's what in the earlier Avyakt Murli Babas described, no? that you are living, you are walking lighthouse and might house, and people experience the souls, the who are right now in low energy, they will experience this high energy, and the energy will transfer from there to the low energy souls in the present form if they are low energy. Then, so that's what Shivani sister also, she impacts in a subtle manner more than the words. It is the subtle manner and the clarity which she has, but that needs a practice of soul consciousness stage for a very, very long time. I think that's my view. Om Shanti.
Yeah. And Baba's emphasized that in today's Murli, that you need to be practically performing that. And the only access to it is practice, practice, practice. And then shall we move on to meditation?
Om Shanti.
Can we move on to meditation?
Yes, we can. Can I play the music if you want?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's reflect on the various titles that Baba has given us in today's Murli for a few minutes on this music, especially experience and visualize what is that I'm taking on as a soul to practice being the state of a detached observer. Keep the image of the lotus flower and visualize I, the soul, how would I be there in between all the weak energies and vices that surrounds me. How can I win over the vices through my wisdom of knowledge and remain as pure as a lotus flower? Om Shanti. Before we close on this session, we have an announcement for this Sunday, a master class, the beginning of the first day of the Lokik New Year. 1st January 2023 is the date of this session. And we have our own Sister Tina, who's conducting this class on the subject, New Habits for the New Year. For the day-to-day, let's practice being as a detached observer, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Thank you.